Fucking hell. Nearly got blow out. Alright everybody, welcome back to another match preview. This one is for Birmingham versus Sunderland. I'm joined by my co-host Freddie Mercury.
I want to break free. No, yeah, it is what it is. It's Movember, as most people know, and I thought, why not? But don't worry, it's coming off before tomorrow when I'm going to be on Sky Sports. Like to say, going on that, obviously I'm not going to be on the live stream with Paul tomorrow. Paul's going to be by himself again because I'm going to be down at the match doing the Guard of Honour with the Sunderland veterans and Birmingham veterans, as tomorrow is Remembrance Day, 11th of November, obviously. So,
Stephen, we're playing Birmingham, right? In the last 5 games, they've only lost 1, and that was Blackburn, 2-1. But since then, they quickly rectified that. They won 2-0, then they drew with Millwall, they beat Stoke, they drew also with Swansea 2-2 in the last game.
That was on Tuesday night, I think.
Guess who assisted Troy Deeney's goal? Dion Sanderson, ex-Sunderland defender who we all wanted, back on loan. He's went back to them, obviously, for the second time now, and he got the assist, Troy Deeney.
Well, hopefully he'll not get on tomorrow.
No.
But I mentioned Dion Sanderson. Yes, we had him on loan. We know he's a good defender. With us lacking in the forward department or out-and-out striker department, hopefully what we've got and what we're going to be doing, because defenders are used to marking strikers.
Right.
We're not going to be playing any strikers tomorrow, I don't believe. I do believe Sims is going to be on the bench, but we'll get on Sunderland in a bit. Also, you've mentioned Troy Deeney there. He hasn't really been banging them in this season. He's got 3 goals and 1 assist so far. But we do know how dangerous Troy Deeney can be.
Oh,
he's definitely a big, massive unit, and he is capable of scoring goals.
Right.
You've got Scott Hogan, who's their main striker this season. He's scored 9 goals and he's got 1 assist this season. He's their number 1 man. He's the one who's been... I mean, to be fair, they've been hit and miss so far this season, a bit like ourselves. Tahith Chong, if that's how you pronounce it. He's an ex-Man U Academy graduate. He's got 4 assists from the wing, so he's obviously a danger man. He's a young lad, he's fast, he's skillful. He's creating chances for them left, right and centre, which Scott Hogan's obviously putting them away, to be fair.
Aye, Stephen, he's the leading top goal scorer, isn't he?
Yeah, and obviously he's getting assists off they've got quite young midfield. Young, fast. They've got a Loney in there as well from Man U as well. They've got a young midfield, really fast and skillful. They've got another young lad on loan from Man United. He's young, he's fast, he's skillful, he's one for the future, which is why Man U's only loaning him out and not getting rid of him. They've all got crazy hair. Both Chong and this Man United young, and they're like a cross between Sideshow Bob and some crazy Mexican. One that I think we need to worry about, because Sunderland are not very strong on set pieces this season. We've conceded a lot of goals from corners or free kicks and things like that, and they've got a centre-back, an American international called Austin Trusty. Now he's got 3 goals this season and he's a centre-back. He's a tall lad, he's 190 centimetres tall. That's what it says on Google. And, so he's a tall lad, so obviously he's a threat on set pieces. And as we haven't exactly got the biggest team, we've only got Bart and Wright, who's got any height on them. No. He's someone that they're going to have to be hit on. Hopefully Bart will be marking him, and then again he'll probably be on Deeney. God knows, we'll find out tomorrow.
Also, that's Scott Hogan. He's really good in it. I've been watching a few clips of him, like his goals, and he can leap high. So we're going to have to keep our eye on him as well for height.
But we've struggled with set pieces all season, so hopefully that's something that Mowbray's had them working on, because teams will just be trying to get set pieces against us because they know it's a weakness.
Stephen, I don't think we've scored from a set piece yet either. I think I've seen a stat on one of the stat things or pages, and I'm sure we haven't scored from a set piece yet.
Oh, right.
Corner, free kick or out. So hopefully we're due one, aren't we, really?
Right, yeah. Well, doesn't mean we're going to get one, but we're going to do one.
Moving on from that, Stephen, Sunderland, we know Niall Huggins is gone with the
he's
team.
Travelling down with the squad.
He's travelling down, which is really good news. Also, Luke O'Nien is suspended.
I know.
I know. I'm devastated for you.
I might not even go now.
Fuck it off. For me as well.
But no, O'Nien suspended. Huggins is travelling with the squad. Whether he's going to be in the squad or not, we do not know. But he's been training with the first team, and he's on the grass for them, training with the first team. So, and Mowbray's a big fan of him. Right. So I'd maybe see him feature on the bench.
Also, Chris Rigg, 15-year-old. Newcastle is sniffing around him. Obviously, he's a Geordie as well. His family are. So I think we've given this opportunity now to try and keep Matt Sunderland. Basically.
I think it's mainly more of going to be an experience thing of travelling down with the squad and seeing the squad on the match day on away games and things like that.
Definitely. I think it's a little opportunity to say this is what is here for you for the future. You know what I mean? Stop with us with Newcastle sniffing around. Might be a good thing for him, really. 15-year-old, you know what I mean?
Hey, if he's a young prospect, then
definitely.
All the best to him. And if he is that good, hopefully he stays with us.
Oh, definitely.
But also, from going by what Mowbray has said today, Sims, I think will feature on the bench tomorrow, which I think we all agree is where he should have been on Saturday.
What was he saying like?
It basically just says that he even said
I missed it.
He even said that he's not ready to start matches.
Aye.
And as soon as he said that, I was like, well, why did you start him on Saturday?
Oh, you know.
You know what I mean? The first 2 games he came off the bench and he was involved in all of the goals that were scored because I don't know why, but that's what it is. Starting the game and going all the way through, he wasn't ready for it, and you could clearly see that on Saturday.
100%, mate. He wasn't with it. He didn't win anything the air. His hold of play was terrible. He was non-existent in my opinion.
He was getting bullied off that UFC heavyweight, Crippy or whatever his bloody name was. He was a unit.
And another thing we can pour for Gray on midfield.
The problem what it was on Saturday was you've got Dan Neil and Barr. They're both similar type of players. They like to get the ball and they like to push forward, whereas because Evans wasn't on the pitch, which was a massive error. Everybody wants Evans on the pitch now because everyone can clearly see what he brings to the team.
Evans, man.
He sweeps up in front of the defence and he hangs back, so then the other midfielders can push forward. I think if Corey Evans was playing with Barr, we would have seen more. Would have seen a better performance from Barr because he would have had more of a kind of a free run. But because Neil and Barr had to do the Corey Evans work because he wasn't on the pitch,
totally agree with that.
It didn't really work.
That's the way it was looking on telly as well, because every time we were pushing on and say that we lost possession, Dan Neil and Barr was really, really deep.
Yeah.
Sometimes
with
deep
Evans
on the back
pitch,
line.
one of them can then push forward. And that's what I'm hoping to see tomorrow.
And for me, Pritchard, does he start for you? If you want to get on your lineup, 100% for me. I've never been in doubt. A lot of people on social media and in our comment section below in our comment section we're seeing that I think Pritchard should be dropped, and then he went and scored against Huddersfield.
No, but we never said he should be dropped.
No, we didn't.
Oh no, we didn't.
We didn't.
I understand some people saying it, but it's one of them things where, yes, he hasn't been. He needs strikers to feed.
Yes, totally.
And he needs to play off strikers, which is where he does his best work, and we haven't had that. No. So we've been relying on him to also act as a kind of a striker as well as doing his usual job. But he's always capable of that bit of magic, and Definitely. He's capable of providing or creating something. So he needs to be in the team. Like I said, we're all slightly confused on Saturday when Pritchard was on the bench and Ahmad was playing in his role behind Sims.
That was crazy, wasn't it? But then again, Stephen, you're saying that about Pritchard, and I totally agree with you, man. I'm not arguing with you out.
Better not be.
He does like to play behind a striker.
Yeah, he does.
So he can feed them, assists. Beautiful ball, and he played. I think it might have been the Huddersfield game or the game before. I can't remember it anyway. But like you were saying, if he's not going to play Ellis Sims, does that mean he's going to put Pritchard back up front again?
I mean, no, the way I've got it. I mean, I've got my lineup that I want.
Is what he wants.
I want obviously Pato in goal, Hume right back, Wright and Bart in the centre, Cirque in left back, Evans and Barr in centre midfield. Because then Evans can do the holding role and then Barr can push on and do what he does best, or what we've heard he does best. And we've seen little glimpses of it when he's gone off the bench.
Definitely.
And then Roberts, Pritchard, Clark, and then Ahmad up front. That's what I want. And then Sims on the bench.
What about Bennett? Need Bennett up top?
Well, no, I'd like to see Bennett up top, but it favours Ahmad at the minute.
But is that what you were going, or would you go with that as well?
I'd go with Ahmad. Ahmad's been playing all right. He's been playing well. He got his first goal the other week.
I cannot argue with your goalkeeper, your defence, your midfield. That's exactly what I've gone with. Evans 100%, 100,000,000% should always start for us, because you could see he's sort of leadership. He is our captain after all, and we really missed that in the last game. For me, when he came on, he was fuming with Bailey Wright. He was screaming and shouting at his defence, organising everybody, and that's exactly what we missed. So he comes in, but then it's that other spot. Do you bring Dan Neil in or do you bring Barr?
Me personally, I'd go with Barr.
You've gone with Barr, so would I.
Because we know he's impressed us when he's come off the bench.
He has,
and even some of the things he did on Saturday was good. But it's because we didn't have that Corey Evans on the pitch.
Aye.
Him and Neil are too similar.
That's how
so you can't really play them together. Two young lads, you need his wise head on the pitch, so then he can do the holding, and then Barr can push on and do little bits what he does.
I was kind of disappointed in Roberts last game. He was getting doubled up on.
He has been the last few games.
He would not release that ball. He tried to beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, and he couldn't do it. He kept conceding possession.
Wait, listen,
he's got to move the ball quicker.
There was nobody who shone on Saturday.
Nobody whatsoever. Patterson, tell a lie.
Patterson put
penalty save.
No, the penalty save, aye.
Couldn't do now for their goals.
I mean, there's loads of people.
Goal,
that brings me on to this. There was loads of people on the Sunderland pages on Facebook after the match and all that, and there was a comment that I quite liked. It said, that bloke who did the half-time challenge should be starting in centre half for the team. Now, for those of you who don't know, that crazy baldy bastard who was flinging all the crazy tackles in and also kept a clean sheet was me.
Aye. And then I loved your clearance at the end and all.
It was a proper PDK, have it.
It was tight as bramble.
No,
it was.
I shouted. I said
anywhere
as I kicked it, I was like, "Have it, get rid of it." But there was no one getting past me. The first tackle, I slipped on my arse and gave myself whiplash, and then I got up and I sprinted back at the speed of 1,000 gazelles, and I put in the last tackle to stop.
You can move for a big fella like. I didn't think you had done it.
I had 30,000 people watching us. So I was thinking, you know what I mean? I had a point to prove.
Quickly
even afterwards, as I was walking off the pitch, Pritchard and Embleton both came up to us. And Embleton was just laughing his head off. Really? And Pritchard went, "You're a bit mental, you mate, aren't you?" and Embleton went, "That's some quality defending there, mate." I was like, "Cheers."
Quickly on Embleton, it's got to be giving Tony Mowbray a headache as well to start a game, because when he's coming off the bench, which he is
where he's best.
I know he is. He's such a good impact.
I like
player.
him when he comes off the bench.
I do, and all. He's got more energy about him.
Even on Saturday, he was doing more, trying to create things than what other people were.
He was.
And he came off the bench.
I like Embleton, but it's got to be giving Tony Mowbray a headache to start, because when he's coming off the bench, he's really good. He is.
Well, Mowbray's even said he has got a headache because we've got lots of players that play in similar positions.
Aye.
Like we're inundated, and that makes no sense.
We've got
loads of bloody wingers. We've got loads of number 10s. I mean, Ahmad, Pritchard, Embleton, all playing number 10. Wingers, you've got Bennett, Clark, Roberts, Jacques.
Aye.
I mean, he was saying, did you see what he was saying about Jacques during the week? He was like, Jacques apparently in training's class, and he's got a rocket of a right foot. He just doesn't show anyone enough. He reckons that he's panicking a bit too much, like he's letting the pressure get to him a bit. But he reckons that Jacques is still going to have a big part to play this season.
Jacques, in the game when he came on, his shots looked tame, very tame.
I was even saying
I would hit it harder than that.
I think it's a confidence issue with him.
Maybe.
That's what I got off what Mowbray was saying. I quite like him. I like how direct he is. But like you say, it does seem as though he's rushing or snapping at things.
He could have scored
taking his time.
Saturday, when you had done the mini vlog thing, he could have scored there. He had a good chance. I'm sure it was that game, or might have been the game before.
I think it was the game before.
Might have been the game before, but he has had good opportunities in good positions. Like you say, a confidence issue, a bit more composure, and he might get on the score sheet. But Stephen, that brings us on to the lineup. Not the lineup.
I've done the lineup.
Score prediction. Year first. Snap.
Right, I'll go first, right? Like I said before, Birmingham's hit and miss just like we are. This season they've won 7, drew 7, lost 6. We've won 6, drew 6, lost 7. But we've also got a game in hand in Birmingham.
Aye.
So they've been very much like us, hit and miss. They seem to be doing a bit alright. Like I said, they've only lost 1 in the last 8. But we're better away from home than we're better away than what we are at home at the minute. So having said that, and I think we'll be riled up because of that shit performance on Saturday.
Oh, fucking hell.
And because we're travelling in our masses. There's thousands going down, even my Jack's going down.
Oh, is he?
He's going down with his mates. But then he's going to travel back throughout the night in the coach while I'm getting pissed in a hotel. But anyway, I'm going to go for 2-1 Sunderland.
Alright.
I cannot see us keeping a clean sheet because they are good at creating chances and they seem to be scoring goals at the minute. But I think we're going to be up for it, and like I say, we're better away, so I'm going to go 2-1.
Well, I'm going to sit on the fence on this one. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, just because how similar we are. And listen, I know we're down in 17th and they're 11th, but literally one win can. If we win and scores gone our teams score results gone our way, we can jump right up behind them in 12th. So the league, like I'm not even paying attention. I've gone on with him now. I didn't pay attention. It's pointless, Stephen. We win, we're up there. We lose, we're down there. It's pointless at the minute. Wait till the second half of the season, Stewart comes back, other players come back from injury, and then we can crack on. We're not going to get relegated, no chance whatsoever. And did you hear about Wigan's manager getting sacked?
3 weeks after he signed an extension.
What the fuck is that? That
was the jokes today because Mowbray was late to his press conference.
Oh, I thought he
loads of people were saying Wigan have asked permission to speak to him.
Oh,
and he's on his way down there.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, there was loads of people saying, good, get rid of him and all that.
Nah.
You need to give your heads a wobble.
Nah.
He's only been here a short period of time. He hasn't had a transfer window and he's still trying to find his team. He needs to hurry up and do that, but people need to get off his back.
Stephen, man, you can't be, man. Look at the injuries, man.
Exactly.
What can he do? His hands are tied.
I think the people who's missing tomorrow, who will all be in our starting 11 or in our match day squad: Ballard, Elise, Gooch, Mitchell, Stewart. They're all still on the injury table. they should all be back after the World Cup. So tomorrow's our last game, and then we've got a 3-week break, 3-4 week break before we play Millwall at home. And I'm expecting all 5 of them to be ready to go.
People who watch these videos, Stephen, have asked us if we're digging any of the World Cup. What do you reckon?
We're going to do what we can.
We'll do as much as we can.
Obviously, during the World Cup, there's freaking 2-3 games a day. Obviously, we both work, so it's going to be when we can, when we can get together, when we can do them. But we are going to try and do as many games as we can. We are going to try and get to do Costa Rica and Australia games because of the obviously the Sunderland connection with Bailey Wright and Geeson Bennett. We might not do in the England ones because it's the World Cup and I like to be in the pub to watch England. So you know,
I'll do them. I'm not bothered.
But we'll still pop up and we'll do what we can with the games. I might maybe come up with after the first round of games, our favourite goals and our funny moments and things like that. Just a little bit content, just so you didn't miss us too much.
Yeah, you didn't forget us. Well, and anyway, that's about it from now. Hit the thumbs up
and subscribe if you're new.
See you in the next one.
Oh, we're the lads.